Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Q2 FY22 earnings conference call of Arrow Granite Industries Limited. As a reminder, all participants' lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then zero on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Gaurav Sood from Kanav Capital Advisors. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thanks, Janice. Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining this Q2 FY22 earnings calls for Arrow Granite Industries Limited. The results and investor update have been mailed to you, and it is also available on the stock exchange. In case anyone does not have a copy of the press release, please do write to us, and we will be happy to send it over to you. To take us through the results of this quarter and answer your questions, we have today with us Mr. Sunil Kumar Arora, Managing Director, Mr. Sahil Arora, Whole-time Director, Mr. Madan Gopal, CFO, and Mr. Sabyasachi Panigrahi, Legal Head and Company Secretary. We will be starting the call with a brief overview of the company's performance, and then we will follow it up with a Q&A session. I would like to remind you all that everything said on this call that reflects any outlook for the future, which can be construed as a forward-looking statement, must be viewed in conjunction with uncertainties and risks that they face. These uncertainties and risks are included but not limited to what we have mentioned in the prospectus filed with SEBI and subsequent annual reports, which you may find on our website. With that said, I'll now turn over the call to Mr. Sahil Arora. Over to you, Sahil.
Thank you, Gaurav. The management of Arrow Granite Industries welcomes you to Q2 FY 2022 investor con call. Thank you for taking out your time to attend this call. The financial year 2020-2021 ended strong with a strong last quarter. However, the challenge of COVID continued into FY 2022. With COVID second wave hitting India extremely hard, different parts of India faced spikes in COVID cases in this deadliest second wave. Fearing lockdowns, many workers returned to their hometowns. There was a severe shortage of labor, with Hosur operating at 30 to 40% capacity due to this labor shortage. Jaipur, being a smaller unit, was able to operate at 75% capacity. Rough block shortage in North and South India became even more acute due to the lower production capacity of quarries, some of which were working with less than 20% of their labor force. In Q2, the 20-foot container rate crossed $10,000 per container from India to US, and India to Europe crossed $8,000 per container. Even at these extreme prices, there was an acute shortage of container, and finding empty containers became a big challenge. This extreme increase in container price and acute shortage resulted in over 250 completed containers being stuck in the factories. Luckily, by September, the availability of container has greatly improved and shipping has started up again. However, the extreme high prices of freight still remain. High rates of containers were being accepted by many customers now that their inventories have been thinned out. Budget colors were purchased on a need-be stock basis, and our sales in budget colors dropped drastically. Customers focused more on high end as the freight rate is high and it is a smaller component of the total landed cost. Coming to our performance in Q2 FY 2022, our sales increased by 36.61%, our EBITDA increased by 63.62%, and our PAT increased by 162%. Our sales increased largely on the account of increased contribution from our quartz plant and a complete utilization of our Jaipur unit. Our Jaipur plant is running successfully. It contributed in our business has been increased substantially, and it generated close to 20% of the revenue in the first half of 2021. Currently, our Jaipur plant is running at full operating capacity. Popularity of colors from the north is robust in North America, and we are unable to explore opportunities in other destinations due to capacity constraints. Our focus has also been on a small selection of colors, and now we aim to increase the capacity of the Jaipur unit. To increase the portfolio of colors and increase the number of customer countries we serve, we have placed an order for our second multi-wire, and the advances for which have been paid by our internal accruals. We expect to commence commercial operation with the second multi-wire in the first quarter of 2023. We have started commercial production from our Hosur quartz plant, and our product is being accepted by customers, and we are getting very encouraging feedback. Our quartz plant generated 15% of the revenue in the first half of FY 2022, and we are leveraging our strong distribution channel and strong relationship for the quartz segment as well. Despite the challenges of the pandemic, market situation, freight issues, and raw material issues, the steps we have taken in the past years has started to bear fruit, and we expect our performance to continue to improve in the coming years as we continue to develop our long-term plans. We thank you for your valuable time to join us on this con call, and I would now like to open up this con call for questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Siddharth Agarwal from Prudent Value Partners. Please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, Sahil and the team, and congratulations for a great set of numbers given the uncertainties that we have currently. So my first question is that our performance has improved significantly in spite of all these uncertainties, raw material challenges, and shipping container crisis, which we have been facing. So what really led to the growth in both revenues and profits this quarter?
Yeah, hi. This is Sunil Kumar Arora, Managing Director. So I'd like to answer your question. See, now we have basically 4 verticals. Our number 1 vertical is granite tiles, which we have been doing from last more than 30 years, which is running at almost full capacity, and we have customers for a long time. Number 2, we have a granite slab plant in Hosur, which had a setback about 6 years back when all the quarries in Tamil Nadu had closed down, and we are left with hardly any raw material to run the plant. But somehow we managed to continue our operations by importing blocks from other countries, adding more value product cut to size. So we are still able to run at 50 to 60% capacity. Number 3 is our Jaipur plant for granite slabs, which is running at, like Sahil explained, at almost full capacity, and we are expanding there. We're doubling our capacity, which will be ready by next financial year. Number 4 is our quartz plant, which we started this year in January. That is also we are able to ramp up very well, and we have very good feedback from our customers. So out of this 4 verticals, all put together, our revenues have gone up.
Okay. So, sir, our Jaipur plant is also, as you said, is running at 100%. The total revenue and profit potential from this plant for the year? What are our targets from this plant?
For the half year ended actual, Jaipur generated a revenue of 24 crore out of the total 118 crore for the half year. Revenue is 4.88 crore, which is actually tax exempt actually for the half year.
You mean 4.88 is the EBITDA or PBT? Is the
PBT.
Okay. So can we assume that for the full year it would be roughly 50 crores, or could be higher because of Q1 it may not have worked at full capacity?
No. Actually, see, this third quarter generally is always because of winters and Christmas holidays. It's always generally a slower quarter for us. Yes, the fourth quarter picks up, but whatever you see in the first 6 months, similar results we are hopeful in doing in the next 2 quarters.
Okay. So now we are planning to increase our capacity in the Jaipur plant. So with the increased capacity, what would be the revenue potential of the plant? Say for FY, I think the new capacity will come in FY 23,
Yes.
middle of next year.
Yes.
So with the complete new capacity, how much revenue can we target from Jaipur plant?
60% more.
Yeah, we expect that there should be a 60% increase on the full year revenue. So
Of Jaipur.
Of Jaipur.
Okay, so roughly
Yeah.
85 crore sort of at full
Definitely,
capacity.
definitely. So though we are adding a second multi-wire, the capacity will not completely double. It will be a
Okay.
60% increase.
Yeah.
Only.
Okay, great. And a quartz plant also has had a good start. So could you please give us some numbers for the quartz for Q1 and Q2?
Yeah,
This
Quartz generated a revenue of 6 crore in the Q1 and 12 crore in Q2. So put together 18 crore for the half year. And in terms of profitability, it was more or less a break even because it is the first year of operation, and we are due to our increased productivity and performance, we were able to break even instead of incurring a loss.
Quartz is a completely new division, new segment for us. So it is going to take us some time to learn this industry completely, and we do expect to ramp up in the coming year. Also, the quartz plant, which commenced operation in January of 2021, has still not had the technicians from China, where we bought the machinery from, come and visit us to help us completely streamline the total process. So once the Chinese are able to come, we expect that we'll be able to streamline our process even more, which of course means we'll be able to control the costs on raw material a lot higher. And then to further increase the sale and profitability, we'll also then be able to make high-end products. So currently what we're doing is we're making just the basic and the mid-range product in quartz, and we're still not able to make the high-end. So with the Chinese coming in sometime next year, we expect that we'll be able to expertise ourselves in making the high-end where you can see a good revenue growth and profitability coming.
Okay. And are there any indications, or we must be talking with these Chinese technicians? Are there any indications when are they likely to come and help set this up?
That's a tough question, actually. Really, we have been struggling from last 2 years. Somehow we have been pursuing them to come over. But as you know, things are changing so fast. It's very difficult to say. But they are very cooperative with us over online, actually, and they're giving us complete support. We have installed CCTV cameras all over the plant, actually, so they are constantly watching how we are working, and they're guiding us very well. But yes, we are hopeful by next year. Things should be much better, and as soon as they're able to travel, they'll definitely visit our plant.
Okay. So for the quartz, because it's a blend of various raw materials, so could you please explain to us our sourcing of raw materials and for the key raw materials and pricing? Have they stabilized for quartz plant, or are there any issues in sourcing raw materials?
The two key cost components of raw material in quartz is the quartz grit and quartz powder. That comprises roughly about 90% of the total composition of the product. Cost-wise, it's roughly around 45%. The other component is polyester resin. So polyester resin constitutes another 45%, and 10% are for other miscellaneous consumables. So as far as quartz grit is concerned, it's a natural product that is found in many parts of the world, and the rich sources in India are in Rajasthan and in Tamil Nadu, and you also have very good resources in Andhra and Telangana and the various parts. So these quartz, they're like chunks, are then taken to processing plants where they are crushed down to a particular size, be it 0.1 to 0.4 millimeter, 0.3 to 0.7 millimeter, and so on, which are then mixed in various proportions along with pigments to make different patterns and sizes and so on and so forth. The sourcing of this has more or less been streamlined. We have very good sources from Tamil Nadu, from Andhra, from Rajasthan area, and we're able to streamline that very well. The big challenge recently has been in the polyester resin. The polyester resin is a commodity, and since the beginning of the year, we've seen almost a 50% increase in prices. But in the last month, we've also seen about a 5% decrease in those prices. These prices are going up mostly because of the problem of freight coming in from China, and petroleum, of course.
Okay. Great, sir. So I have a few more questions, but I'll come back in the queue, and if time permits, I'll come back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then one on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Prateek Chaudhary from Samarthya Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, Prateek.
Yeah, hi. Sir, on the quartz plant, is my understanding correct that we, on full utilization, we would be able to do around 100 crore per annum kind of revenues?
Not with the See, at present, we have installed only one line. With the one line, we expect to touch 40 to 45 crore in a full year, full operations. But this plant has been designed to put 2.5 lines, which will in near future, as and when the market raw material things are stabilized, we'll add on the capacity.
So that 180,000 square meters is for 2.5 lines.
No, that's for one line.
That's for the one line.
That's for the single line.
Okay, and that is going to give us 40 to 45 crores.
Yeah.
Yes.
At present, we are doing only basic colors, like Sahil explained. For the
Right.
time
And so we are already on 100% utilization on the first line.
almost for the basic material, yes.
And how much did we spend for this one line?
We have spent close to 45 crores in terms of capex for this one line for the quartz plant.
This plant was been installed in the existing unit, so there is no extra land cost. So only cost is that we made the shed and the machinery. Other than all other infrastructure like canteen, offices, there's no extra cost for us actually. It has been within the same premises. That has been quite beneficial, helpful for the company to do the project at such low cost.
Okay, and how much would an extra line cost us?
An extra line would cost us, because then we would also have to add extra finishing lines. So it will cost us around $6 million US.
Oh.
That's on the higher side. That's on the higher side, I'm saying.
Okay, so around about the similar amount that we spent on the first line.
It'll be much less because it'll be the civil work, the foundation work, the electrical work, which are also very large components of total cost, are already finished.
Already there.
The 6 million that I'm saying is really on a much higher side.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thanks a lot. Those are my questions. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star, then one on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Shankar Dutt, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. Thanks for the opportunity, and sir, congratulations for a great set of numbers. Sir, my question is around cut to size segment. So how does it doing, sir?
Our cut to size segment is completely busy. Right now we are running at full capacity on that. And it's doing well. We're getting more and more acceptance from various parts of the world. But at this moment, we are completely busy with our existing customers, supplying them good products, and we're getting good repeat orders from the same customers.
Better margin.
And of course, that leads to better margin because it's a value-added segment.
Can you give us some numbers, sir, about revenue and profitability?
It's about 20% of our revenue as well as the profit.
Of the slab plant.
Of the slab plant.
It's
It's linked to the slab plant. So it is, the percentage is 20% of the revenue. Of the slab plant. Hosur slab plant. Which is 56 crore in terms of revenue for the half year.
Yeah.
So can we also do from quartz plant, this cut to size segment?
Yes, we can. In fact, that is in our future plan that we would like to do a lot more projects using quartz in cut to size and doing projects in that. So we expect that once our production is completely stabilized, our products are more accepted by our customer, the end user basically, that we will be able to start doing a lot more cut to size projects.
And already we started getting a lot of inquiries for cut to size. We're already quoting for them right now. So it's a project. It takes a little bit more time than the random slabs sales. This is something which you start now. You get orders only by next year.
Okay. Okay, that's great. And sir, about raw material, we are facing great challenges in South India. So what is the situation now? So there were also news that government is changing and industry has made representation. So is there any update?
Yes, the Tamil Nadu government has changed. So we are very hopeful that the quarries which had closed down 6 years back should start operating with this new government coming in. But it's difficult to say right now. As of now, immediately it's difficult to say. But all the quarry owners, all the industry here is representing, making representation regularly to the government to start the quarries at the earliest. But right now with the pandemic, right now with this COVID situation, things are a little slow, but we are very hopeful in the time to come, quarries will start.
Like Darren mentioned, we have 4 verticals in our company. The other 3 verticals, the raw material sources are now quite stable, and we are able to manage with 100% capacity. It's only for the Hosur slab plant where we still face challenges. And to face that, we are also importing a lot of raw material.
Okay, sir. How are the cost for importing raw materials? The shipping costs are rising. So what is the cost structure? So do we have to bear that cost?
Until 2-3 months back, the shipping cost had really not increased for inward freight into India. It was only for the outward freight. It's only from the previous 2 months that we see any increase in inward freight. But as what we are importing is extremely high end, the cost component of freight is very minimal, and all customers are willing to increase the freight amount because it's not that somebody can control.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Dhruv Nawab from Analyze India. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, Dhruv. How are you?
Hi, sir. So congratulations on good set of numbers. My question was on cost plan. So once we start operating at good capacity, what kind of margins are we targeting?
I'm sorry, Dhruv, you got cut off in the beginning. Can you please repeat that?
Once we start operating at good capacity in the cost plan, what kind of margins are we targeting?
Like we explained that quartz we just started this year in January. It's not even 1 year. So to start with, we are doing only basic colors. Once we go into the high-end material, definitely we'll be able to make a lot more margins in this likely. But right now we will not like to say what kind of margins we can make. But in the next financial year, you will definitely see good margins in this quartz plant.
Okay. So and the Jaipur plant where we have currently undertaken expansion, when will that commercialize?
So we plan to commercialize that by Q1 of the next financial year, 2020.
Okay. And from that plant, we can do approximately 80-85 crores of revenue, right?
Right now we are doing around.
Right now 45.
45. So we should be able to do around 75 to 80. Yes.
Okay. And regarding freight costs, now containers are available for shipping, or the situation is still same?
But the price of the containers has not come down yet. So that does restrict the type of colors that you're able to sell, and because if for budget colors, the standard cost component of freight becomes too high. So if it's on end material, it doesn't matter as much.
Okay. That's all from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Siddharth Agarwal from Prudent Value Partners. Please go ahead.
Hi. Thanks for giving me the opportunity again. Sir, could you talk a little bit about the demand scenario, especially in United States now? I mean, we saw that there was a strong uptick in demand in the last few quarters, but is the demand still holding well, or how do you see that?
Yeah, the demand is still holding very well. We still don't see any downturn on the demand as of yet. So I think
All the sectors.
all the sectors.
Even for quartz,
Yeah.
for our Jaipur plant and Hosur plant. Our problem is always the raw material, not the marketing.
Yeah.
Okay. And how about the channel inventory? I mean, with our, with our customers, how are the inventory levels? Do we have any visibility on that?
So the inventory levels for quartz is always maintained by most of our American customers. For the high end, it continues to be maintained. And for the basics or the budget materials, now they're only buying as per the requirement or as per the sales. Earlier, they used to stock large quantities of basic materials. Now they're not able to uh, stock large quantities of basic natural stone.
Okay. And what is the situation currently with the shipping containers? Have they, normalized now, or
Yes.
is it
For
still causing problems?
250 containers, 255 containers at our peak being pending in the factories, we've come down to around 130. So already 120 has dropped down, and further we will see a reduction in that. So the availability of containers is there. Customers have begun to accept the extremely high freight rate of $10,000 plus to the US and 7,000 plus to Europe. Uh, that that freight rate also hopefully will come down in the coming months, and then we can see that everything will start moving again. But availability of container as a whole is greatly improving.
Okay. So finally, now since we have started commercial shipment of our quartz to our clients, so what is the feedback there, or the acceptance of or any feedback on the quality? So what are you hearing from clients?
Our entire production at the moment is only from repeat orders from the same customers. So we hope that means that they're quite happy with our products.
Okay. So you foresee that, once we have these Chinese technicians available, we may, and, first of all, get into better products as well as also expand production. So
high-end color. Idea is to make the high-end where the margins are more. Right now, what we are making is the basic metal where the margins are bare minimum. So once you start making that, in a simple word, if I tell you, once you start making difficult designs, those design margins are extremely good. So we are not able to do it right now. Once we start those designs, basically we call it as Calcutta design. Once you start doing Calcutta design, which is very similar to a marble likely, for those materials, the margins are extremely good.
Okay. So something, sir, I'm a bit struggling to understand is, because our product quality is good, even though we are doing basic designs, but still we are almost breaking even at least at full, even at full capacity utilization currently.
January, it is just about 10 months. You have to understand it's a new product, which for just in the 10 months, if the company is able to break even, I think it's a great achievement.
And especially that since we didn't have any technicians. And of course, the competition also is quite strong in making the basics. They have had a head start on us for many years. So, if we're able to break their customers, I think that is something
the competition is not only within India. Competition is from Vietnam. There is competition from Turkey, from Middle East. There's so many countries around the world which make the same material. So like I said, unless we start making special materials, special colors, then only we will get margins. And that is not too far. It's just a question of few months.
Okay.
I mean, we'll be able to make colors which are good designs, and we'll make good margins. But when you start a new business, you need time to stabilize actually.
Sure. I understand that. So basically, the profitability is there only in value-added colors or niche colors, and in the basic colors, it's maybe just be filling the capacity, but we may not absolutely make a positive EBITDA from it.
Or you may be learning or training our team. You can say right now we're training our team. Our team is getting trained.
Okay, fine. Great. Thanks a lot, sir, and wish you all the very best for future. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nuresh Mirani from Analyze India. Please go ahead.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity, and congratulations for a nice set of numbers. I have a couple of questions which are a little more, say, over the next 3 years. As I see, you have capex plans for Jaipur, you have capex plans for the quartz plants, you have capex plans for Hosur. What is the total capex which you envisage over the next 1 to 3 years? And secondly, say, when does that capex cycle really take a stop? Because over the years, the company has only been putting money to work via debt. When does it start pulling out cash?
From last, like I explained in the beginning, last 5 years, 6 years, the company had a big setback of the quarries closing down in Tamil Nadu. The huge capacity what we had made here was running only at 50% because no raw material available. Then obviously to overcome that, we added new capex capacity. One is this Jaipur, number 2 is this quartz. Within the same premises, we added multi-wire, we made warehouse, we did cut to size. We did everything else so that we are back on the same track where we were 6 years ago. Now we are back on the same area where we were 6 years ago. So the basic point is that the quarries which had closed down, if they start again, we'll be able to increase our capacity and get the revenue much more than what we are getting right now. And if you're asking for the next 3 years, more capex expenditure, yes, of course. Jaipur, we have plans to, which we already announced, we're already doing it. Others, we are still in the thinking stage. As soon as we finalize, we'll get back to you. Yes, we do have plans to expand in all the areas.
Yeah. And my second question is regarding the inventory levels. Over the last 1 year, a lot of businesses have been able to sell out a lot of old inventory. And this is a business, I think, which has generally a very high amount of inventory.
Yes.
So how has that been for the last 1 year, and what do you expect even in the future going forward? Will you be able to sell off the old inventory as such?
Yeah, the last 1 year we focused really on the clearing all the old inventory, which is more than 3 years old, and we were able to sell most of them in the domestic market as well, because there was a huge potential in the domestic market. So we were able to sell off in the domestic market most of the inventory.
At the moment, we have no finished goods which are
more than 3 years.
More than 3 years. So, but with the add on the new capacity, yes, the finished goods again has gone up, but it is all new production actually.
Okay, so in the total inventory, what would be the split of old, even in the last 3 years, out of the total inventory as of today, what would be the contribution of the finished goods of the recent expansions of the Jaipur and quartz, etc., compared to the older ones?
Right. We have a total inventory of 128 crore in finished goods. Out of that, Jaipur is 9.45 crores and quartz is 5.88 crores. So totally, if you see, totally 15 crores is from the new projects, Jaipur and quartz, and the balance is from Hosur slab and tiles.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then 1 on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Manish Rathi, a individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. Sir, congratulations on excellent set of results. I have a question on the freight cost. Have you been able to pass on freight cost to the customers?
So as far as freight is concerned, all our rates are FOB, Chennai or Mundra port. So it is up to the customer to bear the additional freight costs that have come in.
So this freight extra cost is not at all company burden actually. It has been.
So I believe okay. So I believe unavailability of containers is largely a problem and freight is not an issue.
Yes, up to recent.
Yes, like Sahil explained that also such a high freight rate, we are unable to push our basic materials.
Okay, understood. Sir, on the another set of questions on the quartz plant, and I'm trying to understand it. So I believe the product will get stabilized once we add more colors into the product. But what kind of margin improvement do you expect after it gets stabilized?
Yeah. In doing basics and the mid-range, what we're doing right now, we can see about 10 to 15%. But like we've been stressing from the beginning, till now we still don't have the Chinese technicians available with us. We're not able to do the high end, which is our goal, because worldwide we've been known for our quality, honesty, and integrity. Along with that, also known for our stellar product selection and our our product look, basically. So we set up this plant with the aim of starting with basics but moving into high end very, very quickly. But unfortunately, due to the pandemic, those ideas, of course, had to change. But in the future, as soon as possible, we look to move into the high end and continue to focus on that segment only.
Okay. Sir, continuing on the quartz plant, and so many new quartz plants have come into operations in India. Is that impacting price realization in any way or margins?
Yeah, absolutely, because price competition is always there. But like we've been stressing, we've been using our existing channels, existing customers, existing relationships, and those customers, that trust also has value, whether you call it a brand value or So that premium we always get over our competition.
And is that applicable?
Many years, so we have a very long-standing relationship with them. So they are prefer to buy quartz from us than anywhere else. Of course, the price has to be whatever the market price is.
Okay. And how do we compare in terms of quality with other plants that you mentioned from Vietnam or for that matter Italian plants?
Quality-wise, we have been able to make quality absolutely international standards. And like Sahil was explaining, that we already got repeat orders after repeat orders from our existing customers, which means they are absolutely satisfied with the quality we are making.
Okay. So you feel comfortable that once we are able to add additional colors, the quartz plant is going to see uptick in the margin as well as profitability?
Absolutely. There is no doubt about it.
Okay, so one last question, if I may. How do we plan to increase the utilization in the Hosur plant? I believe it's operating at less than 50% right now.
For that, we have to wait till the quarries in Tamil Nadu restart. Like I was explaining, that the government has changed just a few months back. And once the government stabilizes and somehow we are a little bit better off than this pandemic situation, labor is available, then the new quarries or the old quarries will start again. And once we have the raw material, marketing is not an issue for us.
In recent times, we've added our cut to size division also to improve the utilization of the slab plant. We added multi-wire and showrooms so that we are able to then produce and display high-end products. So those are the kind of steps that we've taken in the past. And then, like that mentioned, we have to wait for some time till the quarries can reopen and we can get good utilization within the Hosur plant.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the opportunity, sir. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then 1 on your touchtone telephone. This is a reminder to all participants present in this conference. If you wish to ask a question, please press star then 1 on your touchtone telephone. Ladies and gentlemen, as there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference back to the management for closing comments.
We thank everyone for joining us and sparing their valuable time. Hope we are able to answer whatever questions you had in your mind. In case you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to send a mail to us. We'll be more than happy to answer them. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, with that we conclude today's conference. Thank you all for joining. You may now disconnect your lines.